So well, hello and welcome back to the show.
You suck.
It's time to train the last map in this best of 3 between FaZe and G2. So we've seen G2 have had a lot of difficulty in, I think, I would say, coherent T sides.
In Counter-Strike.
Anti-ecos. There's a lot of things not going well for G2 right now.
Counter-Strike, James.
Counter-Strike is another word that could be used. Well, phrase, because it's 2 words. To describe what's going on here.
It's the name of a game, James.
Phrase?
It's not a phrase, it's the name of a game. I'm going to be as pedantic as possible during this map, James. I'm going to nitpick as thoroughly as I possibly can. It is my mission.
Do as you please, Dan. Do as you please. It's going to be a long evening.
It's just the first best of 3. The one after this, of course, is NLP and Fnatic. That's going to be an interesting one, but there is a time to talk about that, and that is not now. We have the train coming up, and it's going to be interesting to see. For me, I feel like FaZe, personally, from what we have seen in this series, and due to the nature of the way that the map works, and the fact that they're starting CT, I believe FaZe should win this map due to the form they've displayed. It is up to G2 to disprove my inkling.
See, I feel like that because of the nature of this map, I'm not willing to. I think FaZe are the better team by many measures at the moment. But I just think if the teams get the AWPs going, then I think we're going to see pick play and variance. So therefore, I think it might be somewhat random as to who comes out on top. We shall see who is closer to the truth, Dan.
Oh, I guess we'll find out when the P90 is bought. But it's happening. It's happening. The nades are in. Nice grenade there to the back. Screen will die. The bomb will be planted, which is nice. It guarantees one plant. But looks like the CTs will eliminate most of the Ts here. 4 versus 2. Body dead. shoxy, the last man alive. And shoxy is a beast, especially with a pistol, but this is a lot to ask of Mr. shox. And you can see they're not even going for DPs just yet, even though, actually there is no, there is a kid on the kioShiMa, but it doesn't really matter. Good retake there from FaZe, but to be honest, this doesn't really matter too much due to the fact that they will get the AKs on the 3rd round. They guarantee that they get AKs on the 3rd round, and that's the most important thing. That makes a significant difference as to just losing the pistol round and then being like, okay, well, we might as well force buy. And if the CTs win that force buy, then they get like a really good economy straight away. But the AKs are there to stop that in the next round. And it also encourages them, FaZe to buy more rifles, and they will go double P90 as well. So, and that's all because they know AKs are coming next round.
Double P90, that is quite the dirty idea.
It's nice.
4 over towards A, and it seems G2 might be going for a 2nd place towards B bomb site. And again, this is a pretty hard eco for them. There are no Molotovs in play, actually. There are 5 smokes on the CT side. I think maybe mollies would have been preferable where should be money for it. kioShiMa, though, in a strong position. 3k for him. Can he get himself another ace here? Maybe unlikely now with 20 HP left. Scream is the last man standing, actually. Rain has a kill already, so there will be no ace for kioShiMa.
kioShiMa's been sharp today, hasn't he? He's been
sharp as a butcher's pencil, Dan.
He's been very sharp, which is nice to see.
Sharp as a butcher's pencil.
And it's quite interesting as well because there is quite an evolution to be had for FaZe. You know, with kioShiMa in there, more leadership, but generally speaking, with the coach and so on. So if he does find that stride with this team, that's going to change some things going forward. Especially now that Fox is more enabled to just be just a pure AWPer as well. And we're going to see the AWP on Fox straight away, and FaZe will play close to the pop dog area with a player. So P90, James, it's ready to deliver the truth.
The glory. Are G2 willing to submit to the P90, though? That is the question, which maybe we will find out a bit later on. aizy is shoulder peeking over towards Ivy. jkaem, oh, he's not willing to do it. He's going to pop a smoke down instead. He's going to play the waiting game. He's going to tease these players. The glory is to be had, Dan, but they must wait. kioShiMa with an off angle, and he's going to catch shoxy. Does he realize the 2nd player there? Coming in for the trade as RpK, he will do it. But Fox insta trade straight back, 4 versus 3.
How awesome is that, though, that Fox is there to get that trade, to make it a 1 for 2? That's really awesome to see from FaZe. What a setup. And now they are playing the advantages quite well. jkaem forward in the yard by eBox there. And this is, again, smart from jkaem because he's forcing Scream, well, he was forcing Scream to wide peek to try to get to his position there, and that would have put Scream in the visibility of the teammates of jkaem. But it's not going to matter in the end. One player lost by FaZe. All started with that 1 for 2, and it looked like it really ended there for G2 as well, because they realized after losing the two players that they had to just go for a risk, and that impromptu risk taking is often hard to pull off, and it did not work this time.
So G2 back to the eco. Pistols, deagles, P250s, triple deagle. We got the 3 deag. Can the 3 deags get a 1 deag? That will be the queue going forward. Scream and Smith on P250s. And yet more glory brought by the P90, though Fox has been taken down, so the 1 deag is real. We'll see if many more are. Taken down to 4 HP now, and this is going to get problematic for FaZe. 3 players left, more 1 deags coming in. And AWP has been stolen by shox, who's very apt. He's very capable of that done. P90 becoming ever more important. Down to a 2 versus 2 now. The bomb, I don't know if it's been seen by the CTs. If it has, then they will be at a strong advantage. Rain is around with but okay, Rain's got the bomb. So problems arise for G2. They have a minute though, so they can do a bit of walking to try and get to it. Try and take another CT down. Rain's got to be careful though, because he's playing around the pop dog in the A site. If he looks the wrong place at the wrong time, he could get taken down. shox coming in from the back, hasn't managed to. Oh, okay, no, he has got the AWP, as we previously mentioned.
So that bomb is just sitting in the white holes. That is rough to deal with. Look at the long journey that shox is taking to try to get there. There's only so at this point there's 30 seconds left. Rain gets the kill onto shoxy. That is brutal. Because right now, I mean, even if the bomb is picked up, let's say the kill goes there and the bomb's picked up, what the hell is bodyy going to do? There was like 20 seconds left. So it's very, very possible that he would just end up losing the round anyway due to time. So again, nice aggressive play from FaZe, you know, using the strength of the P90 to take some more aggressive risks due to the fact that it's going to perform very well in the close ranges, and you can move very fast by running around, and it's more of a throwaway because it's cheap as well. So again, using the strength of that, and that's given them that 4-0, well, has played a part in giving them the 4-0. Here we go, aggression here from G2 towards inner early on, see if they can take it, but before they found quite some resistance in kioShiMa and Fox. Will it be the same story?
It's a very basic flash by RpK. But he's just fishing for information over there, it's biding his time. Meanwhile, kioShiMa's been taken down by, shoxy's been taken down by kioShiMa. 2 players over towards the B bomb site, but Fox is rotating. Again, if Fox plays close to connector, he can provide good support to the B bomb site holding upper. Should lower, needs to be covered by a rifler. But for the time being, they'll leave 4 over towards the A site with Fox firing and warning shots towards B. There goes the bomb as well. No answer really from G2. They are getting wrecked at the moment. bodyy last man standing versus 4. Didn't do any damage to the CT side. He gets himself 1 versus 1, but a nade will finish him off. So 5-0, a solid 5-0 so far for FaZe.
Yeah, the interesting thing is that kioShiMa got the opening defensive frag there towards shox, as shox try to push into inner. And again, just it's been so consistent, that defense from kioShiMa and Fox. I mean, that's not been broken once. It's always been a really big positive trade.
Is kioShiMa and Fox the new jkaem and Fox?
Well, I don't know about that, but on this map, at least. I mean, I don't think you can break up that duo on Cash, for example.
Well, we had kioShiMa in the vent at the beginning of the CT side, but then jkaem ended up over there a bit later on, so there are questions to be asked.
A bit of experimentation, which is good to see. And it's like the push into yard, it's like the frustration from G2. They're going to get themselves in there fast for the aim battles. They do have inferior weaponry. We've got the Tech 9 on shox there and the AK on RpK. Can anything be done here by 2 remaining players from G2? shox picks up 1 to have some hope here for the side. But, oh, that flick will miss. And now he's down to 11 points of health. Life gets more difficult. There's nade sailing in to his position as well. I don't even know how he's still alive at this point. The bomb is not in his hands, and FaZe could force him to go very close to this, but instead the peak is there. The 11 health is not going to really help him too much, and the round goes to FaZe. So 6-0 already. CT side's looking very dominant, and if you look at the way G2 have lost rounds, they haven't been able to win fast contact plays into yard. If they play a really slow round, then FaZe have been quite good so far at taking more aggressive positions to mess up G2 if they ever want to rotate back towards another site. If they go inner, they get wrecked by kioShiMa and Fox. What do they do right now? Because nothing seems to be working. They haven't really tried set pieces. but there is a high degree of variance with those.
So flash coming in, aizy will hide, but Fox, surely his scope is going to expose his position. So Rain, aizy, oh, he hasn't been seen just yet, and he's not going to get the frag though, but Rain, can he follow up? shox escapes, doesn't pick up the AWP though. That is insanely awkward for the side, and G2 must read that. Maybe FaZe try to go and check that AWP so they can shoot through the smoke. Things falling apart here for FaZe at the moment. They need to get some frags, and they need to get them fast. aizy still trying to hold down Ivy while the rest of his teammates salvage what they can from the remainder of the map.
They want the AWP so badly. Did he have an AWP or did he just have a 5-7?
There it is. AWP's being
Okay,
picked up by shox.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I guess he just got caught off guard there a little bit because I guess, you know, Fox wanted to go for the push there. Obviously, you don't want to be AWPing from that angle. You want to actually be you want to AWP from a slightly longer range off angle, a bit beyond that point. So I guess he just had the stepping and got caught there. So there's an opportunity here for G2, pushing in from Ali, and there's a player there to deal with it. I think is it kioShiMa? I'm not sure exactly who it is. It's aizy. Okay, so aizy, if he survives here, then this should be round over for G2. But there's the peak, and there is the first frag. The AWP is down. Already picks it up, and as you pointed out, capable AWPer here, being double AWPing with SmithZz on the team. Let's see if this is going to be a moment for him to shine with that AWP in hand now.
15 seconds left, and the bomb has gone down. 2 versus 1. bodyy doing what he can, but it's not going to be much with no Kevlar. 7-0. FaZe, things got a bit difficult there at the beginning, but they managed to take it over the line. SmithZz hasn't got any kills yet. He is going to be on the big green gun, and again, and the AWPers are really going to have to get going here. Double AWP on the G2 side. shox and SmithZz going to be going for it on this occasion. And, you know, this is expected, I think, from this team, and considering where they are at the moment. But again, if they can't get these rounds over the line here, they've lost half the rounds so far. Half the rounds, well, all the rounds that have gone, but, you know, half. Too many halves. That's a good start for SmithZz. aizy, early pick there. Over a minute and a half on the clock. Another half. I'm going to stop talking about that.
All right. Well, you know, if you make a pick like that early into the round, what do you want to try to do? I mean, a lot of teams will react on the CT side by actually putting 3 players towards A, or they'll go aggressive on inner with 2 players. There's another option as well, which is playing 2 to a bomb site, which I think can be a little bit weaker because it's easier to retake B than it is to hold A. So you would usually, as I mentioned in the first option, want to reinforce A. That is finally now happening. G2 have waited quite a bit of time, so if they want to guarantee bomb plant, then going for B is definitely a good option. Though I believe, kioShiMa is there alone, so there's not even an AWP there. So that's a very viable choice. And if they go into the A yard, they will have to be against 3 players here, so they'll have to be on top of their shots. And are they just going to go for the raw peaks? So it looks like they might be doing that with the AWP. Oh, but the angle, what? That looked completely on.
Oh, I think he shot the corner of the wall.
Do you think so?
shox is on 20 HP, so he must have.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
That is so unlucky, and he must be ruining that miss. Wow. Or non-kill, if you will. So Dink coming in for Rain gets out of there just in time, but shox will finish him off. So it's kioShiMa now with the M4 versus 3. He'll have to walk through that smoke, and we'll see if Scream chooses to watch it.
This is crazy. If Fox actually gets that kill, the round is basically over. Or it's very likely is because that delays them so much, and he might just get the second one as well. Then it's definitely over at that point. So instead, it's a 1 versus 3. kioShiMa, I think he should be very interested in trying to do damage here. So they don't yet know where he is, and this is basically his. This can maybe give him the spot to get a quick kill and get out of there. Now it's very unlikely he's going to get a kill, and he's very susceptible to dying if he tries to commit for this. So he realizes it, he will back away. I think kioShiMa played this pretty perfectly, actually, this position. Oh, nice timing on the nade. Very nice timing indeed. But yeah, G2 will put a round on the board. They survive with 2 AWPs, and you know, credit to SmithZz to get the opening pick early into the round. But FaZe, they still responded quite well. They just that shot, that one shot from Fox that clipped, that must have clipped the corner of the wall there. That was a huge deal.
Yeah, and it's had a significant impact on the CT economy. Raised down to the FAMAS. aizy, no nades, mag 7. So problems are rising for the FaZe side. And after a great start for them on the CT, if they lose this round, then G2 might be right back in there in terms of score.
The key difference, though, the interesting part, is that FaZe have a mag 7, and because they have rifles and no AWP, they can play much more aggressively. They can play much closer to the angles, as you can see aizy doing with the Mag 7, and they can get a little bit creative. So that might actually, to some extent, catch G2 off guard a little bit. We'll have to see how it plays out, but you know, I don't think FaZe will be so open to getting picked. As I say that, the nade is in hand, and shox finds the perfect timing. It happens. Another fortunate pick there going away at G2, and that is slowly going to allow the AD site defense to crumble in the wake of the French side. kioShiMa back in there with a good frag, but it looks pretty over this bomb side at least. The bomb does have to be collected, so there's some time to go here. And taps in from jkaem. If he was to find that frag, then suddenly things become a little bit easier, but still, life is difficult. That is a very crimson painting there behind the fallen body of aizy, I believe it was, or jkaem rather.
Looks like kioShiMa's playing a blind spot, hoping somebody walks or runs past him so he can get a kill. Just trying to do whatever he can. He has a kit though, so if somebody walks past, maybe he tries to go for some kind of ninja, although that is not going to be easy on a map such as Train. So many angles, so many corners to hide from. So G2 double their score, but has much larger implications in that FaZe will have no money following this round. So they have a decision to make. Or they'll have little money. Ooh, kioShiMa's been spotted. Doesn't want to lose the M4. Is it worth going for? He will make the wise choice to save. 4 players surviving for G2, double ops included.
The funny thing there is that actually the bomb did about 50 damage to SmithZz. So if a couple of those bullets had hit the torso of SmithZz, it would have actually died to the bomb. But so I like that kioShiMa is going for these plays. It's quite smart. And he's doing it in a smart way, but it did not work out there. G2 still need to keep the momentum going. But as you said, you know, when they did, they have a solid chance now to get a respectable number of rounds on the board. But we'll have to see how reliable SmithZz will be in the long term now of the Train. And not much really going in the way of FACEIT. Of course, kioShiMa has the saved rifle. He is playing in the middle of the 8 yard, and wow, Rain picks up a kill with the USP. This is a little bit strange. Now, how will FaZe play this? Will they get a bit more aggressive off of this? Rain is just peeking. Oh, he got a dink. Oh, this is getting weird, James. This is getting quite awkward. One player down. SmithZz is dinked. Not confident now to face a team main anymore. And it's down to shox. It's down to this peek from Adil to really open up the bomb site. This needs to do something.
What do they do in this situation? Noise being made, and FaZe will just hold the angles. So Rain's been taken down. There goes Fox as well. Now the frag's coming. Well, as I say that, kioShiMa take down RpK. So it's aizy alone versus 3. Been spotted as well. Trying to finish off the shox, and he will do that.
That was beautiful.
That was quite pretty indeed.
I love that. That's great. Was he? I think he had airtime still. But the way that it works regarding accuracy when you're in the air is that there is only jumping inaccuracy and landing inaccuracy. So it decays over time. So once you jump, the longer you're in the air, eventually you'll just be accurate as if you were standing, basically. But when you land, you become inaccurate again, which has thwarted me many times when I've dropped into CT spawn james to take an Angel on Dust 2 from Catwalk, thinking that I'm accurate when I'm not.
Well, the buyers are back for the CT side, so let's see if they can stem the bleeding. The AWP onto Fox, he's got armor as well, which is always a bonus. jkaem's gone down over towards the B-bomb site, as has kioShiMa as well, so shox with 2 quick frags over there, but they won't try to capitalize on those just yet. Fox going for a bit of peeking, so it seems that G2, knowing that there can be max 2 people over towards A, will just charge it. 5 versus 2. Can't really complain if you're G2 at the moment.
Yeah, they're doing really well now. They're getting those picks consistently, and FaZe's momentum seems to be broken, like truly broken here. Oh, aizy caught off guard. Well done to bodyy. Easy frag for him, and that is the round again. FaZe looking to save. I guess the bonus would be 2400 now. No, 2900 now. So that's.
It looks like we're going to have a close half.
Yeah, it's looking that way.
Things can change in a blink of an eye due to a pixel.
It is really hard to really I mean, you can make predictions based on what's most favorable to happen, but sometimes even those margins that make something favorable, you say favorable, and it's like actually a 60-40, you know, sort of kind of situation. That's actually not that favorable. It's an interesting one. Ooh, Rain will get a couple extra cracks here. Ooh, almost stealing away an op. That would actually would have been a really big deal.
Yep. And he will rue the fact he didn't get it. For some reason, he was walking, which is probably why he's shaking his cross there. Could have just run and picked it up, but there we go. No AWP for the FaZe team, and they will continue with the M4. So it looks like 7-5 is likely based on the lack of buy here from the CT side. Although they have pistols down, they seem to be more dangerous with them in this match than they are with normal rifles. You can see G2 just facing, they've got their backs to Ivy in case any pop flashes come in. And indeed, we have all the players pushing through Ivy for the CT side at the moment. No frags for them just yet, though SmithZz is a bit tagged, as is RpK. More pop flashes coming in, but G2 are surviving the test so far, so this should be a nothing round. Rain has an M4 to save, maybe not looking so likely with this push coming in. Now it's kioShiMa alone. Surely he will go down. Maybe getting nothing out of it either.
Oh, wow.
Well, there's that then.
Couple of deagles to the face.
Nice.
See you later. Yeah, that quick couple of frags is going to be nice for the FaZe side, but I don't think it will have too much impact here in the long term. We'll have to see. Obviously, we're nearly at the end of the first half, so the economic impact won't be nearly as severe. And FaZe will be on a bye finally. It feels like it's been a while, and it's been actually, I guess, 2 rounds, but the last bye that they had was cleaned up so quickly by G2. They had some excellent entries towards A. And you can see a lot of the original edges found by FaZe in this CT side was the defense from kioShiMa and Fox towards the B-bomb side. That's what they found a lot of edges. It was when FaZe started to receive a lot of A aggression, especially towards Ali, that things started to get a little bit scary. And you can see that Fox has moved to Ali to perhaps adapt to this. In the last few rounds, he's been putting more focus on there, allowing kioShiMa to have more focus on just the B-bomb side. And he is playing the B-bomb side alone at the moment.
Always nice to see adjustments from CT AWPers on train. It's an issue that Echo Fox had before Mo left the roster, was they would put him on Ivy every single round and he would just be static there. If there's no action there, they wouldn't rotate him to more effective areas. Whereas you'd see Peter for NRG, for example, would often be towards connector, trying to get as much action as possible. Well, G2 biding their time for the moment, waiting for these nades to run out from the CT side. Just a Molotov left and loads of counter flashes here for the CTs. So, two-man peek comes in from main and top. RpK taking down aizy. Trades coming in though, courtesy of jkaem. We've got a fight around the E-box, which will be won by the CTs. jkaem will retreat to try and reload. We've got a push from Ivy and from main at the same time. bodyy gets traded around the back as well. Now we're down to a 2 versus 3 with the lead on the CT side. Fox is putting in dangerous waters, but it's dangerous for everybody. SmithZz finding an angle there, but not getting the kill. Could have got a tag in that situation. He's alone as well, versus 3 now. No more kills for him. FaZe finally gets another round on the board. From 7-0 to 7-5. Now they will make it to 8.
So yes, this is really doable now for G2. They're starting to make a much more respectable result. And you know, the 5 rounds is okay. It's really weird though, because this map can sometimes you know, it's really it depends on the teams a lot. Sometimes it's much more T-sided than the CT, and sometimes vice versa. For these two teams, I think CT is a little bit favorable, but we have to see. We have an aggressive play from FaZe. They are playing so close here. They're actually going to pop flash into team main. This is madness right now. The aizy jkaem combo. They're looking to get a lot of action there. And look how deep that incendiary flies. So perhaps this is a response to obviously, you know, losing a player, but also the aggression that's been so pervasive through all these rounds from SmithZz in that team main area. They are going to be denying him truly. But what do G2 have as a response? They don't have many nades left. 3 smokes, 2 mortals. I mean, that's enough to take a site, but that's all they have.
Again, G2 just playing the waiting game, sitting on their advantage. When will they start to move? What time on the clock is where shoxy calls the march? FaZe are not really serving themselves up at the moment. They are at the whim of the T aggression. We do have Rain with an off angle towards Ivy. See if shoxy goes for the peak here. Off the shoulder, perhaps. RpK is going to go down though, so shox has no support now. Needs to hit the shot. Not going to do it just yet. Rain comes in to kill both players in aizy. So the advantage disappearing for the G2 side. 2 versus 3 now, and Screamer's just standing on a train, just tapping these players down one by one. kioShiMa finally put him out of his misery. Nice peek by Rain onto Smith. So 3K for Rain around the IV position. Very important role he has to play in that round.
Yeah, Rain's been fragging hard in this match so far. And that's a big deal, obviously, as you can see, for G2. And if you talk about those 2 deagle headshots, well, 2 people don't have rifles right now. So that's actually the difference that those 2 deagle headshots made, James. There's 2 guys with no rifles. They have Tech 9s instead. So that's actually kind of a big difference.
Well, it works. If they can get onto the A sites, then those guns will be powerful. The moving accuracy will be fabulous.
It's so funny sometimes, like the impact that you can see into the future rounds. Like it's easy to forget about because sometimes you can forget like how the economy was and you can lose track, but sometimes the difference is massive. And this could be one of those rounds. The Tech 9s, one of them will be dead, the second one dead. They try to use them as expendable players to get into the site. It's actually worked. They've drawn fire with them, and despite their deaths, they have not been in vain. They've been sacrificed, but they've made the 2 for 3 trade. That's really good here. But the 2 players that have been so prolific on the B-bomb side and now moving all over the map, kioShiMa and Fox, they're back on the retake. 3 players to find. shoxy on 5 HP. Bomb still yet to be planted. It's being planted now. The tag comes in. No need to finish that player off. And just with AWPs, this is going to be pretty awkward. I think Fox saw the foot there, but he will not be able to shoot the foot away. That's what he goes for it. Oh, wow, what a slim shot there. Straight onto shox. That was a hard one with that no-scope, but he's going to connect it. And now it's down to the 2 remaining players, bodyy and Scream. Out comes the pistol just for a moment as Fox looks for the shot. But when will the peaks be? These CTs are enclosing on their positions. And wow, they're going to hit both kills. And that's actually going to be 10-5. That's a really big deal for FaZe. They need, as we've been talking about the entire best of 3, they need strong CT sides. They've managed to find their strong CT side. And now it's down to G2 to have as good of a CT side. And I don't know, like, typically you don't see this many CT rounds on train. FaZe have done well.
They have indeed, and first comes the pistol. If the pistol goes the way of FaZe, then this round, this match may be over. But again, we've seen the consistent failures on Force Buys and Ecos in this match so far. So there are many variables which we will have to bear witness to in the coming 15 rounds.
I like the way you say consistent failures. That sounds very grim. So consistently, they fail. It's like that's people talk about consistency, but people already say
they consistently
failure. Okay, 1 kit, James, on Scream. That's actually interesting that Scream's the one that has the kit and smoke instead of the Kevlar, because Scream is somewhat of a pistol god himself.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it plays out for the CT side. They are off to a significant disadvantage. SmithZz and RpK going down, and they've only got bodyy left. So in the matter of seconds, this is almost like a North American match in the sense that this gets loads of frags coming in the space of 1 or 2 seconds. But bodyy always manages to get the reload in. He's got 17 HP, but he only needs to hit the head once. kioShiMa to put him out of his misery. The CZ coming out on the pistol round.
I like how we had a little almost like tooltip-esque thing there. It's like, that round only took 37 seconds! Exclamation mark. That's a cool little touch.
Well, it seems G2 are not going to go for the force. Or they are kind of going to go for it a bit late. Scream, the only person not buying armor, which is curious.
Is Scream playing support? This is, it's like, what is this? He's buying the kit and the smoke. Now he's the guy that's saving. Well, is he going to drop the AWP?
Can we check the
for
money?
SmithZz?
Can we check the money on the scoreboard?
No, James. No, we can't.
So Scream has 1500s in the bank. So if you were saving for an AWP, you would need 1500. Unless he's going to drop an AWP for someone else. But again, that doesn't make any sense because surely he should be pistoled up.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird to see that out of all the players that he would be one of the one looking like he's playing support.
Surely SmithZz, Ecos, and Screen buys.
Oh yeah. I would say so, but hey, maybe they can do something here. They've actually picked up some forward positioning into team main on SmithZz. As you can see, that off angle is deadly. He probably gets this frag. He does. and almost looking for that second one there, but he will get shut down. But 3 versus 3, and still 2 players with armor. Scream, support Scream is dead, and now it's down to RpK and bodyy, and their positioning is not too terrible actually. RpK could get quite an unknown push here from these T's. Now everyone's attention is on Popdog, Popdog. RpK is going to creep up, but they did actually get both kills straight away, so never mind. The distraction is not worth too much in the end. And FaZe pick up the rounds in which they should win, at least the first 2. The third one is coming. And this is basically FaZe giving G2 a taste of their own medicine, because FaZe won that first map probably just because they got the first 2 pistol wins. That really made a big difference due to the struggles that they had later on after the pistols. The first 3 rounds of the pistol, after the pistol.
The first 3 rounds was a pistol after pistol.
Yeah, I'm having trouble speaking English.
Well, okay then.
English is hard.
Bomb's gone down, and people are dying on the CT side as expected. Although aizy's in a bit of trouble here because he got the kill over towards Ivy as the bomb went down, and indeed he will be eliminated. But that is not going to really amount to much here for the CT side. They need kills over towards the B-bomb site. They have nobody over towards the B-bomb site. So we're looking at 13-5 here in the last map of the first game of the evening. Again, we have Fnatic versus NIP coming up after this best of 3.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to that one quite somewhat.
Quite somewhat.
Indeed. That's the thing people say.
Quite somewhat. Who says that?
Talking with people.
Quite somewhat does make sense. Somewhat is like not a lot. But yeah, quite like would suggest a lot.
It's like, but that's why it's so English. It's like it's like saying not bad.
Quite somewhat is the worst phrase. That is. No, that's...
You cannot criticize me for phrasing with the stuff that you come out with on a routine basis. I would like you to shut up.
I have no idea what you're talking about. FaZe
so
going for... Could this be a fast play into the A-bomb site? We've got nades flying everywhere. Smoke splashes, molotovs all over the shop. No kills for either side yet. SmithZz doing 180s to get the kill onto Rain. But where else will it go? Scream gets taken down by kioShiMa as the bomb moves in towards the B-bomb site. So it seems it's a fake. There's only one play here for the CTs, but he's got a kill. The bomb's on the floor, and the T's have been slowed down. Molotov's in position as well, but the frags are coming back now. aizy and kioShiMa both on less than 12 HP each, as is shox on 11. Can the bomb get planted now? Things slowing down, but you can see RpK is in position. He's in the rear with the gear, and shox is coming in. Well,
look at the health though on these players. If they had AWPs or something, that's one thing, but with the AKs, that is rough. shox does have an AWP though. If he misses a shot, maybe there's an opportunity for one of these players to get that return frag, but I don't know. This is looking pretty good for G2. The bomb, it could actually go all the way to Ali. That is actually a possibility. Is that going to happen? No, just to that T-main. That would kill a lot of time, because walking all the way is probably what you'd want to do, but most of the way at least. And here we go, into T-main. Popdog and T-main. shox has the angle on Popdog. There's surely no way that FaZe win this round.
Well, they've got 2 people on one site versus 1 on each site for G2, so it's entirely doable. shox's attention has been gained, but he's not going to fall for the shoulder-picking baits. aizy comes out with a wide peak, but shox is ready for it, sweeps him, shuts him down. An important round for G2, a very important round indeed.
And that's one of the reasons why it looks so good for G2. That position from shox is really amazing, because as you can see, if they come out, Popdog, he's got a really good position where he's at a massive advantage. And for them to attack him from T-main, after that guy reveals that shox is there, they have to be so much further out in the yard than the other guy. And that's unlikely that will happen. So shox always gets the reload. So yeah, a really nice position by shox. shox is a smart dude, James, at the counter-strikes. He understands the counter-strikes. Now we will have the triple AK, a double pistol. I still want to talk about kioShiMa's choosing that CZ all the time, but Rain finding a kill there in the back of screen, that is...
In the back.
That is really problematic for G2. Oh, aizy picks up 1, and all of a sudden, 3 kills unanswered. shox has it all to do on the side. Oh, he misses the flick. He can't miss that shot. bodyy bails him out somewhat, but he's going to have to get something out of this, but it will amount to nothing. They'll lose all the weapons. They'll get reset, James. This is probably the worst time to be reset. They have to force buy twice.
Disaster has struck for G2. Again, this is the last map of this best of 3, and look at the buy here from G2. Train is not a terrible map for this kind of buy though. If people go to, well, either bomb site, it can just be so dangerous because there are so many corners. You look one way, somebody pops out, you're dead all of a sudden. So let's see what the FaZe team choose to do, the FaZe clan, what their approach will be. Fast into A with smokes might be the idea. They will have to wait them out. It would be somewhat suicidal to push through, as I say that. They are, of course, going to push through, Dan. And it's working out for the time being. 2 CTs remaining. We've got Scream being shot in the foot. And bodyy is the last man standing now for his team against 3 people. kioShiMa is the man leading the charge here, and he is low HP, but he will do the job, putting FaZe on match points, 9 match points here versus G2.
Yes. 9 match points. Pretty nice stuff for FaZe. Definitely, I would say today in this best of 3, they've looked like the better team across the board. We shall see whether or not G2 can scrape their way back, claw their way back into something more respectable than a 15-6. And you have to give it to FaZe from the perspective that they did win both pistols. So it's been a hard go of this for G2, but here it is. The superior weaponry, how good will it be? Will it deliver? So far it's been an even trading situation, but we will get the kill going Fox's way twice. Oh, the third one, the spin, the body shot, and that's the 16-6. And it will be closed out by FaZe on the third map quite convincingly. And this series definitely looked like FaZe were going to win this.
Yeah, I think they were solidly stronger than their opponents. And it was a deserved win, I would say, for FaZe. I feel like it should have been a 2-0. Again, G2 won both pistols on the first map, and I think that had a lot to do with the victory they had over there. But, you know, post-existence, it seems that G2 have a lot of problems with ecos, anti-ecos, T-sides. Yeah. There's a lot of issues there.
There was a video, for example, that I did on my channel quite a while ago. I think actually the last video that I did was with G2 when existence was there, and there was a strategy that they used on cash, which they're playing Astralis in Pro League, and they just wrecked Astralis on their T side because they found they used this one set piece which was really well executed and amazingly coordinated, and it just Astralis basically couldn't adapt to it because you could see because I think they used it 5 or 6 times in their T side because it worked so well, and Astralis tried to adapt to it. They kept changing their setups. They knew it was coming, still couldn't stop it. We didn't see a single round like that from this new iteration of G2. Post existence, they have less strategy and less tactical depth. I think that is from, you know, this series is anything to go by. That is the answer, and this is the team that you want to have, you know, strategical and tactical depth against. That's where you get the edge. You don't necessarily get the edge individually because FaZe, that's what they do. They're individual superstars.
Well, let's see if G2 can develop over time. There's lots to review for them. Our next match will be NIP versus Fnatic in a best of 3. That is coming up in
James,
about half an hour.
What about the special video?
Yeah, we will leave you into the break with a highlight from North America yesterday. Possibly the most bizarre ace you will ever see in Counter-Strike, at least maybe this year. See you soon.